Hey everybody, welcome to Tales from the Trail. I'm your host, Chris Rexwinkle. Get lost outdoors. With me as always is my co-host, Dan Casto from the Crayon Brotherhood. We're coming to you today. It is Monday, February 9th. We took a little break. We haven't had an episode for you guys in a while. We apologize for that. We've been busy with the holidays, and we had an ice storm. We've had all kinds of stuff going on, and I don't know, maybe some of the winter doldrums, maybe a little bit. We just didn't want to, but what's new in your world, Dan? How you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. Doing good. How'd you make it through the snowpocalypse of
The
2026?
snow apocalypse. So we were supposed to get, I don't know, man. We were supposed to get like 20 inches is what they're saying on some of them. Oh, anywhere from 12 to 24 inches, they're telling us, and everybody's going crazy. There wasn't anything left in any of the stores. You know how it is. And then we
Yeah,
got like 6, man. It wasn't bad for me at all, honestly. It was a real nice dry snow. And so like I was out every day, granted we have off-road vehicles, so and
right.
I can't, I can't sit still anyway. So I was out in it every day. It was that kind of nice. I had everything to myself. Go to the gym, and there's only like 3 people in there. That was really nice. I didn't have any problem getting around. How about you?
Well, we got 6 inches of ice. That was
Yeah.
our problem. We got like a half inch of snow, and then it started sleeting and raining and sleeting, freezing rain on top of it, and it turned into an ice skating rink out there. But I did all right with my Jeep. I got out a couple of times, and I went to town once, and a lady in front of me wiped out, just cooking along there probably 25, 30 miles an hour and back in past the front end into a tree backwards. Uh, she got out of it, unhurt, unscathed there, but it wasn't bad here for us with off-road vehicles. It was everybody else, that was
Well,
getting
that's
off.
it. Yeah. And yeah, you guys got ice. That's the bad part. That's what, like I said,
Yeah.
ours was super dry snow, so it wasn't too bad. Get it driven on and packed down, it started getting a little slick. And same thing as you, I watched a guy in front of me and ride off the road. I really wasn't paying enough attention to know how because it was pretty dry at that point. But I was like,
Yeah.
I pulled up, and he went off the ditch and into some trees. I felt bad for him, messed up his truck pretty good. I'm like, need help? No. Oh, like, "Oh, brother, help get you." I think he was embarrassed,
Yeah.
uh, it
Yeah.
wasn't
The
too bad.
lady was a little shaken up because she was just cooking right along, and all of a sudden she just, I mean, it was real fast.
Yep.
Yep. She was backwards into a tree.
Yeah, well, that happened to we just went out this weekend for Dan's birthday extravaganza out in the woods, and, man, I'm cruising along, and you come up on this backside of this one mountain, and just because it's backside and in the shade and everything, it was a solid ice skating rink, and I got my little trailer behind me, and I'm coming up, and it just starts going. I'm like, "Ooh."
I do believe you were kind of warned. I
We
mean,
I was warned that somewhere there existed a mountain that may or may not be slick.
I didn't have all the
No,
details.
no, to be fair, you probably didn't. No, it was
No,
it
I didn't
was
have all the details. I just knew in between where you were coming from and to get to us, somewhere in between
yeah,
there.
but that's it, it can sneak up on you. It can get
Yeah.
that's it, 'cause, yeah, I cruised around all day, and there was a few little spots where maybe a little slushy or something like this, but that one in particular was.
Yeah. After you got there, I talked to Mike again about it, and he was like, "Yeah, it's you're just cruising right along, and you come around a curve, and boom, you're there." And I'm like, "Oh, well, that probably would have been helpful to tell to Rex about, but I
Fortunately, I
didn't
was
have a."
already in four-wheel drive because I'd been playing around anyway. I'd been
Yeah.
into some muddy well, you remember what the trailer looked like. I'd been in some mud
Oh,
and some other stuff, and so I was already in 4 high, just because 'cause I've
yeah,
been playing, and so that helped me, I think.
yeah, yeah.
I wasn't going
It
very fast as I had the trailer and stuff anyway, so I was only doing, like, maybe 20, but
Yeah, other than, I mean, our Walmarts and everything, for whatever reason, people always go after the same stuff every time, bread and milk. They don't
yeah.
go after lunch meat, cheese, or anything else. What are you gonna do with bread and milk?
And, like, I don't even we don't even buy bread and milk. I go through
Yeah,
a thing of milk. Well, I use it in my oatmeal every morning. I'll go through a thing of milk every 3 weeks, and I know nobody else goes through it like crazy, but that's it. You get weather, and they're buying bread and milk, and evidently it makes you poop because they buy all the toilet paper too.
yeah, I guess so. Because man, all the bread and milk were gone.
Yep.
Anything else you wanted? Lunch meat, anything else?
Canned
Absolutely.
soup was all gone, cause like, I
Yeah.
was gonna do a
Most
I
of
was like,
ours are
"Man, I
still
might
there.
do a big pot of beans or something," it's cold, that stuff like that always sounds good. All the beans were gone, I thought about chili, all that stuff was gone, but now, like you said, if you wanted to cook steaks and potatoes and stuff,
Yeah.
that was fine.
So
Bread
I
and
went
milk,
up to
completely
our
gone.
local Walmart. I don't know, probably roads were clear, everything was back to normal, and they had mountains upon mountains of those little green 1 pound propane bottles that people
Yep.
bought them all up,
Mhm.
and they immediately brought them all back because they didn't use them.
Yeah.
It's just and water, cases and cases of water. I talked to the lady about it. She said that's a loss. Any food or drink item that's returned, we can't resell.
Yeah.
So
They shouldn't take it back, I'm kinda surprised they do, you know? It's
yeah,
because that's wasteful, man.
it is. People just go out there and buy all that stuff up, and then you know,
Well, I'll just
what?
return it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I
absolutely.
can't say much. Well, I'll try stuff on Amazon all the time. I'm like, "Man, I don't know," it's got some name, some brand name you've never heard of, and I don't know. So I'll order it. I'm like, "Hey, worst case, I'll just send it back." So,
Yeah, but
I
you're.
don't
I
send
mean,
back food to Walmart though.
and cases of stuff.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna buy a big old pack of steak and send them back, eat
a
like 2
bone.
of 'em. Yeah, yeah, send like 2 of them back. I'm like, "Yeah, they weren't that good."
Don't recommend that.
I didn't
But
break
yeah,
that.
man, this weekend was a blast. I'm glad you were able to make it out. We had a good time.
No, I appreciate you doing it, man. It was needed. Same thing, just since we've been cooped up, since it's been cold, it's been the holidays and everything else, we haven't got to get out in a while. I haven't for sure. I know you've been out a little bit, but I haven't been out. I don't think since Christmas. I don't think I've been out this year until now. And
Yeah.
that was much needed. It was great to get out and meet all your friends and make some new friends and things like that. And just that thing we're always preaching about, just that camaraderie around the fire and getting to vent and tell jokes and things like that.
One joke.
You
Tell one
tell
joke.
one joke one time, and it sticks with you, but it was a
Yeah.
great weekend, man. I'm glad we did it. Couldn't ask for better weather. Shoot, it was,
Oh, man, the weather was perfect, man. Nice and cool
February 6th
nights.
or whatever, and it was, what, 76 degrees that day?
Yeah, it got up in the high 70s in the afternoon, and at nighttime, it dropped down to the low 40s, high 30s. Dude, it was perfect.
Yep, no, I
All
think we got good
campfire
30s.
weather.
Yeah, it was great. It was
Yeah,
great.
had a good
Teach some
time.
people how to make a campfire a little bit, but
Well, that's Downsy normally takes care of the campfires, man. I don't
yeah,
ever build campfires, and that's a Downsy thing. And again, most of that wood, the logs that were still round and everything wasn't split.
yeah.
Downs went and out there and foraged all that stuff
Heck
and
yeah,
and
well, we
put it up.
appreciate it, man. I wouldn't nobody had to do anything work-wise for the fire. He was on top of it.
I believe what was it? Darren, he brought some wood. Mike brought some wood. Who else brought? Somebody else
Mark
brought
brought a
some wood.
little bit.
Yeah, Mark
Yeah.
uh, brought some. And, so yeah, I mean, we had plenty of wood. There was still wood there when we left, so
Oh, yeah.
pay it forward to the next group there.
That was a good time, man. I'm glad you did it.
Yeah.
Dan did some pretty cool little backcountry cooking, smoked some ribs, a little impromptu way. I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah,
You
and
guys
man, those actually turned out really good for what they were. I mean, I wouldn't
yeah.
take them to no competition, but I mean,
No, but hey, to be out in the middle of nowhere
yeah,
completely, I don't know if we're off the grid, if you will, because we were on the grid, but to
yeah,
not have but our little propane stoves and stuff like that, for you to be able to smoke ribs and things like that. He did some homemade pico there on his tailgate, that stuff like that. He's getting pretty good at this backcountry cooking. He makes a good woods
man.
wife.
My wife says that all the time. She gets on there with her friends and stuff, and like, I'm glad you can cook. So
Yeah.
and so's husband can't cook for nothing. This is what he made, and it was like some what?
You're starting to
What
show
is
me
that?
up. I consider myself a pretty good cook, but out there on the trail, I always just kind of phone it in. You're starting to show me up. I'm gonna have to start bringing out my culinary skills.
Yeah, you got that new cooker, man. That thing is
Yeah,
nice.
I liked it a lot. Honestly, I was watching your last video. In fact, watching Kris make that stew and how everything you guys were preparing. I'm like, man, I'm about to step up my game. You guys are doing it right. I show up with a little bag of microwave potatoes and a steak, and you guys are making things from scratch. I'm about to
Yeah, I always make fun of Kyle, and he's gotten better. He's gotten better, but that man
bag
eats
meals.
more food out of bag meals, man.
Yeah.
But he's gotten better, gotten
Uh,
better.
If you
and,
can't cook or you just don't want to, and I mean, they're easy, man. They're easy.
and that's it too. Downs the same way. He just like, "I can cook, I don't
Don't want
want
to.
to."
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fair, and if you don't have a huge stove set up or anything, if you just got a little jet boil or something, my I was a long distance hiker for a long time, and I had some food sponsors, and that's what you eat there is
yeah,
commercial freeze dried meals. The dehydrated ones kind of suck, but if you get into the freeze dried, and especially people that are doing small batch, like
yeah.
literally you'll make a meal at home and then commercial freeze dry it and then package them up, that type of stuff. They're really, really good. They're lightweight. And that's it, man. You put a little hot water on it, and 5 minutes later, you've got a great meal. So there's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah, I just, I have an aversion from eating food from a bag from the Marine Corps. That's
Understandable. Yep.
but that being said, again, none of these are sponsoring the channel. I don't even know we're talking about them. But, Mammoose?
Yeah, Mammoose.
Mammoose makes really good
Yep.
freeze-dried food.
Yep. Yep.
I've tried it. It's just the mental getting past pouring water in a bag
Yeah.
and heating it. I just
Well, and that's some of the fun of it for people like you and me too, is going
yeah,
out there and doing something like that. I mean, doing it out in the woods. If we love cooking and we cook all the time at
yeah.
home, obviously we're going to take that when we're out in the woods. We still love it. We're going to take that love with us. So I'm literally looking at this weekend. It's supposed to be nice again, and I think me and the wife and the dog are going to run away. And I'm kind
Oh,
of thinking
cool.
about actually cooking something, because she's not into as much trail riding as we are and things like that. So I might ride a little bit, but then we'll just set up near a stream somewhere. I'll try to make her a nice fancy meal for the night, and
Well,
use
take her
that
back
heat
to that spot,
kitchen.
man.
Yeah, that's almost 5. That's like 4 hours and 15 minutes
Is
for
it
us,
that
though.
far for you?
Yeah, yeah. I found a couple spots I'm gonna go check out a little more, north up in the Ozarks, up,
Mm,
north of Fort Smith, south of Fayetteville. Well, you probably know where, like, Shore Lakes and White Rock Mountain, stuff like that, kinda more
yeah,
around that area.
yeah.
I can get there in hour 45. So that's probably stuff I'll go check out. Need to get on Onyx and Gaia and kind of look at some maps, see if anybody's got anything. That area is kind of not real well marked though on those. I mean, I know it exists, but
You got, what is it, Petit Jean? How far are you from Petit Jean?
oh, not too bad, honestly. I mean, because I
It's
can just hit
beautiful up
40.
there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've hiked through that area and stuff. I haven't off roaded or anything, but again, I just not really looking to off road this weekend. Just find a nice
Well, yeah, they've got
creek.
great campsites up there, though. Nice
Yeah,
big
exactly.
overlooks and
Yep.
everything.
Yep, 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 yep. Yeah, that's a good idea too. I'll have to look and see
Uh,
because I hit the highway and be there pretty quick, run down 40. Have
yeah,
to look
we,
into that.
being Valentine's Day and all that stuff coming up, I ain't going
Yeah.
nowhere. It's my actual birthday is this middle of this week. My father-in-law's birthday is next week, so we're gonna throw it all together in one weekend and kind of do it all together. So I'll be at home this weekend, but after that, I'll be running and gunning again, getting back out there.
Yeah, I
And
feel bad. I wasn't thinking about this weekend being Valentine's Day, so I threw it out there to the wife, and she's like, "Yeah, we can do that." She's like, "It's Valentine's weekend." I went, "Oh, whoops.
I'll just do
What would
something
you
real.
like to do, baby?"
Yeah, but just make it Valentine's oriented, just
Right.
camping, you two, and alone, and don't
Yeah, exactly.
don't
I'm trying to make it about her, see?
yeah
Made up
don't
holiday
drag any
made
of
by
your
the Hallmark Corporation for profits.
right?
Yeah.
Don't drag any, us pesky friends with you and just,
No, no, yeah, yeah. Now, if
yeah,
we
just
go out this weekend, it'd just be me and her for sure.
yeah. I'm looking forward to when the wife's able to get back out there and go camping with me and stuff and
Yeah.
stuff. We just me and her have a good time doing it like what we did just this weekend. She's not big
Yeah,
on trail
absolutely.
riding. Just go find a cool place to hang out
Yep.
and set up camp. Last time me and her went was up in the Ozarks, and we found I bet it was 6 miles into the woods, just down these tiny trails, and it was nobody around for miles and miles.
Yep.
And we just threw up a hammock and cooked and just had a good time. It
Yeah,
was
just hang
nice.
out, man. Just disconnect a little bit.
Yeah, yeah,
Disconnect from the world and reconnect with your spouse a little bit. That's kinda what I'm
absolutely.
looking to do this weekend, man.
These these phones, man, they're hard to it's probably the hardest thing to give up I have. I mean, out of
I
all
agree with
my
you.
uh
Me and you were both guilty this weekend. I saw you do it, and I know I did it too. We're out there in the woods getting away from things with our Starlinks on, and at some point, I grab my phone and start doom scrolling a little bit
yeah,
and checking up on things, and it's an
yeah,
addiction, and it's a hard one to
and
let go of.
it's an addiction that you don't even think about
Right.
being an addiction. I noticed that I'm gonna put my phone down and, do anything else. And next thing I know, my phone's in my hand. I'm like, why did
Right.
I pick this up? What's.
Or you get itchy. I put mine over on the trailer this weekend to let it charge because I played on it too much, and you pat your pocket, it's not there. It's just like it's a
Yeah.
tick. You just constantly pat your pocket because you're so used to checking it, whether you're checking it for the time or to see if somebody's messaged you or whatever.
They're talking with your buddies like, "Oh, man, let me show you this," and like, "Oh, wait, it's on my
Yeah,
phone," and or it's on Facebook. Let me open up
yeah,
Facebook. You show them, the next thing you know, you're talking and you're doom scrolling while you're talking.
scrolling. Yeah,
Yeah,
and not being in the moment with them.
yeah, it's an addiction. I don't care what people say, it's an addiction. Video games are just as bad.
Oh yeah, me and my wife were real bad with phones. I noticed it last year. We're at dinner, and we're both doing this. We're not talking to each other. We're not looking at each other. We're both doing this. So we've made it a point that when we sit down at dinner every night, we put our phones. We mute them because even same thing. Even if you just put them down with the intention of if it dings or something else, you're gonna look. So we put them
Yeah,
somewhere else. We mute them, and that 30 minutes or hour is us talking about our day, talking about whatever we want to talk about. But and it's silly that you have to make that conscious effort to to disconnect, to reconnect with them, but because otherwise that's
yeah,
what we're just doing. We're just,
yeah, I mean, when I'm sure it was the same for you when you were younger or, teenager and stuff, we didn't have phones.
no.
And the phones that we did have when they come out, all you could do is call. There was
Yeah.
no
Or
scrolling the internet. There was call your buddy, "Hey, what you doing this weekend?" "Cool, let's go meet here," and that was it.
I got to go. I only got 5 minutes left
Yeah.
because you
"Man,
only
I'll
have
call you
minutes.
back after 9, my minutes are free."
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So no, it's I mean, they're good and bad, you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
think it's great in a lot of ways. You have the answer to every question you could ever want. I mean, you have an encyclopedia in your hand. You have
you do.
all the knowledge in the world in your hand.
Yeah.
But also it's bad. Hell, my kids can't even look people in the face and have a conversation. They kind of, I don't know, they have like this aversion to talking to people or anything anymore because they're not trained to do it because we stick these phones in their hands. I've
Yep.
had my kids have friends over, and there's 6 of them sitting on the couch and stuff in the living room, and they're texting each other or Snapchatting. I mean, there's no sound. They're not talking. What was it like when you were a kid and you had a group of friends over? You
Oh,
guys were
man.
rowdy and, running all over the house and playing out in the
Well,
yard and
usually until the street lights come on, we were
not
outside.
even on right?
And the video games we did play were like the N64 and the old PlayStation. And again, when the street lights come on, then we'd go in and play video games. And then
Right.
we're all circled around, 6 of us taking turns playing this video game, trying to get past whatever level.
Yeah.
But there was still conversation. There was still,
Exactly, man,
you
and
know,
I'm sure your kids were the same way though, that, they have friends over and they're all just kinda sitting on the bed or on the couch or and quiet, like, and
texting each
texting,
other and
Snapchatting each other.
you're right next to each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Just talk to them.
it's like anything, it's a tool and how you use it is,
Absolutely. Yep.
you know,
Yeah, I use it too
but
much. I'll be the first to admit
I do
I
too.
need to break myself of it again.
We're working on ourself, me and the wife have it like dinner time, no phone.
Yep. That's what
And
we do.
when we, go lay down or whatever at the evening to go in there and watch TV and hang out with each other, no phones. Because she had a video playing last night, or sent me a TikTok actually of, and I didn't think about it, and I've done it for a long time, but I'll have like Netflix on in the background scrolling.
Yep.
Like my house needs Netflix or something, like
Right,
it's
yeah, yeah.
like I'll
Yeah,
start
you
it,
can put it on for the background noise, yeah.
just some kind of background noise, and then I'm over there on Facebook,
Yep.
and it's just like, what are we doing?
Bro, I
You
tell
know?
you, spend time together, sit on the couch, and then we're guilty of the same thing. We'll put a show on, but next thing you know, both of us are scrolling on our phone or whatever, not watching the show, not paying attention to each other. We still do that a lot, to be fair. Like I said, I try to,
Chasing that dopamine, I guess.
yeah, that's it. That's it, man. It's bad. We all got that instant gratification, but
Yep,
once you hit it, man, it's
yep.
a it's a tough monkey to kick.
But, and I am thankful to have Starlink out there, but I have noticed that since I've got Starlink, I've
Yeah.
started kinda doing it out there.
Yeah.
Before you completely unplugged, you knew you wasn't gonna have signal. There was no even point of other than catching like a shot of somebody doing something or
Right.
a picture for your whatever.
Right. No point in
Your
even
phone
having
was
to go, and it was
useless.
nice. I looked forward to it. I did. I used to
Yeah,
look forward to that. That spot this weekend was a great example, man. No service whatsoever. Shoulda just threw a lawn chair next to the creek there and enjoyed the peace and quiet, but the first thing we all well, not all of us, but most of us did was throw up our
first
Starlinks,
Starlink, yep.
you know?
But and it's for me, it was, I'll just throw it up and let her know, let the wife know I made
Right.
it. I'm
And it's great
safe.
for that.
Check in every couple hours. And then, like you said, once I got done shooting my little video and visiting by the campfire, I'm over here visiting with a cigar, scrolling,
No.
you know. And then again, I caught myself like, "What are you doing? Put this
Yeah.
down."
Now they're handy,
Yeah.
I came in I'd mapped it out on, Gaia, and it sent me in this way. It said it was a good way to come in and all that stuff, and, get to it, and there's a seasonal gate, road closure, and so, I'm like, "Cool." So I had to stop and throw up Starlink real quick, and so I could download a little bigger map area, try to contact somebody that's a that didn't answer, but,
Called
but
you back.
it's handy for stuff like that, for sure. Like I think I told you about that time out in, when I was out in Moab, and
Yeah.
my, compressor wouldn't work. So, same thing, I threw up my Starlink real quick so I could download, like, schematics and troubleshoot guides and things for my compressor so I go through and start testing things and things. So, it's super handy for like that, but then, again and I didn't do it this weekend, but just then go over and unplug that thing, man, so you can,
Yeah.
back
Well,
to the
see,
nature part of it.
you called me, but I had realized I was doom scrolling, so I
Oh,
put my
you're fine.
phone down.
That is what it is.
Yeah.
It's fine, brother. I just like picking on you. It ain't no big deal. I
Uh,
found my way in. I know how to put coordinates in a map.
yeah. But I mean, like I said, it's with anything, it's a tool and how you
Yep.
use it. And
I just gotta get better.
but it it's got all the answers and all the problems at the same time.
Absolutely. Yep.
Uh,
Absolutely.
you got to be careful and being a content creator myself, you got to be careful on how you look at other people's lives. You can't compare your life to what they're posting on theirs because it's a snapshot of their life. Great times, great moments, and everybody has great times, great moments. But the way they do it, they just keep posting and posting it. So you think their life is so good all the time, and then you start chasing. Well, woman, why is my life not like that? And you can't do that, man. What they let you see, what they want you to see
That's what I was gonna say, yeah.
or
You gotta
view.
realize that not all that's even you know,
No,
they can be the most miserable person there is. Again, you take this perfect picture of this perfect moment, but how staged is it and how real is it too? And
right?
so, like you said,
Yeah,
don't judge
opposite.
yourself against them people
Yeah,
because a lot of times that's not even real. Just assume everything you see online is not real.
I mean, because a lot of it's fabricated. I mean,
Oh man, oh
doing
yeah.
what I do, I've got to fabricate sounds. I've got to fabricate all kinds of different things, in mine. And it's, you see these, especially young girls are real bad about it. They'll get on there and see these girls doing this and they expect their boyfriends or husbands. I say young girls, let me rephrase it, young women, they expect, well, why isn't my husband doing this? Why? Well, hers really isn't doing it either. She probably ordered all this from Amazon and had him give it to her for the scene.
Right.
That is,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. But yeah, the internet, cell phones, all of it is a tool and how you use it. And, it's again, just a tool.
Yep. No, I got like I say, I remind myself that time to time, I gotta get back to it, and maybe this weekend again, maybe me and the wife out there will make a little more conscious effort to just again, like I said, throw that lawn chair next to the creek, me and her just talk for a while. Now,
Yeah.
once that sun goes down, stuff like that, we climb into bed, I might put a movie on. I'll be the first to admit it, but, if I can get a couple hours of the day with her, that'll be worth it. Maybe that'll be a good Valentine's
Yeah.
present for her, hopefully.
Yeah, I'd put a little more effort into it than that,
Yeah,
but little bit.
yeah.
Bring a gift or something.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
hey, now you helped me out, thanks, man. I'll find her something.
yeah,
I like
whatever
giving gifts, so I'll find something.
whatever she might be into or might like.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good
So,
idea, brother. Well, yeah, nothing else, man. Good catching up with you. Good,
yeah, man.
visiting and talking a little bit. We'll try to do this a little more regular for you guys. We appreciate you stopping by, giving it a watch. As always, give us a like, a comment, a follow. Let us know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, what you guys want to see, what you'd like to hear us talk about. You know, we take criticism pretty well. We're pretty well trained guys. So
Yeah, because they'll these guys, well, I'll say these guys, y'all don't see everybody else that we've seen over the weekend, but man, they'll run you down, let me tell you. I mean, it's all in good fun, good
well, that's
jest,
they're good friends. See,
good friends, real good friends,
yes,
but
sir.
yeah, we can take some criticism, I promise.
Yes, sir.
So, but we want to better the community, and this is a way we're trying, you know? So let us know where we can help. Well, let us know what we can talk about, what you want to hear about. Because what experiences me and him don't have, I'm sure we got a friend that does, and we can get them on here too. So
Yeah, and that's I think we're gonna try to do more of that as we get serious about this and start actually doing them again. As we'll start having some guests and some other topics and
yep.
directions that we'll head and things like that. So
Yeah, right now we're just kind of talking about our lives and things we're doing and this, that, and another. So help us help you, help us.
and, well said, sir. Until next time, man.
Till next time, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Simplifying. God bless.
Yes, sir.